Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So we are very happy to have His Holiness Sri Krishna Chaitanya Swami Maharaj. Hari Bol. So Maharaj is here for youth address, the real meaning of surrender. So we'll be hearing from Maharaj. Let's welcome Maharaj by loudly chanting one time Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Bol.
So today we are observing the disappearance day or appearance day? The appearance day of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur has written more than 100 songs, and this was one of his great preaching techniques, was he wrote so many beautiful songs and he sang them in a tune that was very fashionable, very hip and contemporary in that day. So people were ready to accept his message because they liked his music. So in honor of that, not just because he liked the music, message is great, but the point is that he used like the melodies of the Bowels. The Bowels were a group that were preaching a lot through music, and they were very popular, but they were apasiddhantic, against the Siddhanta. With Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he used these techniques and used the Baal Sangeet to preach. So I'm going to try to do some fusion between East and West here. And we'll sing one of Bhaktivinoda Thakur's songs, which is called Jaya Radha Madhava. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Janavallabha Giridhari Gopi Janavallabha Giridhari Yashoda Nandana Braja Janaranjana Yashoda Nandana Braja Janaranjana Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Janavallabha Giridhari Gopi Janavallabha Giridhari Yashoda Nandana Braja Janarandana Yashodanandana Janarandana Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Shri Radha Madhava ki jai, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur ki jai, Shri Radha Madan Mohanji ki jai, Shri Gordon Thai ki jai, Shri Krishna Balaram ki jai, Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra ki jai, Shri Prahlad and Singhadev ki jai, the Thai Gaur Premanande. All glories to the assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Guru Sri Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottama Devim Saraswatim Vyasa To Jayamudiraya Nasta Prayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhakti Bhavati Naishtaki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha Om Jnana Tirandasya Jnanjana Shalakaya Chakshur Militam Jena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Hare Krishna. I'm very happy to be here today for the Srila Prabhupada Memorial Festival and Param Puja Bhakti Chumaraj Vyasa Puja Maha Mahotsava and Param Puja Chandramoli Maharaj Vyasa Puja Maha Mahotsava. So great festival, and today Bhaktivinoda Thakur Avirbhav Titi Maha Mahotsava. So left, right, center, everywhere there's Maha Mahotsava. I feel very fortunate. Hum bahut bhagyavan hai. So aap anurad karenge. So what are you doing? Aap kya karenge? Why? Kyo? You don't want me to play anymore? You're telling me this is finished? Yeah. Maybe I'll play something. Who knows? Did you enjoy the Radha Madhava performance? Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur ki Kripa. Jai Guru. Please return this to where it was before. Thank you so much. So there's a very important concept in Bhakti, and that concept is surrender. Sharanagati. So surrender is very important. Lord Krishna speaks about surrender in one of the most famous verses in Bhagavad Gita. It's the 18th chapter, text number 66. Sarva dharman prajaja mamekam sharanam vraja aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshaishamima suchaha. Sarva dharman prajaja. Give up all religions, give up all dharmas. Mam ekam sharanam vraja. Just surrender unto me. Mam ekam sharanam. Sharanam means to surrender. Aham, I, tvam, you, sarva, all, papebhyo. All of your sin, all of your pap, mokshaishami. I will free you from all of your sinful reactions. Ma suchaha. Don't worry. Don't worry. Be happy. Right? So Krishna is saying, don't worry, don't get involved in all of this so-called dharma. Just surrender unto me. So how to actually surrender to Krishna? We surrender to Krishna by surrendering to his bona fide representative, the spiritual master. So Arjuna, in the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita, he was having all kinds of complexities and problems, and he was depressed, and he was confused, and he was disturbed, and he approached Krishna that, please instruct me what to do. Harapanya dosho pahatta swabhava. Prachami swam dharma samudya chetaha. Yatshreyahan syan nischayad bhujitan me. Shishasteham sharimam tvam papanam. Shishasteham sarimam tvam papanam. Now I am your shishya. I am confused about my duty. I have lost all composure due to miserly weakness. In this condition, I am asking you to please instruct me what to do. Please instruct me. So Arjuna is appealing to Krishna for his instructions. And ultimately, Krishna will say, Sarva dharman prajaja. Just surrender unto me. I will help. So it is through the bona fide spiritual master that we attain to this platform of surrender. And I will speak just briefly because we have with us today His Holiness Bhakti Prabhupada Swami Maharaj. And Maharaj will share with us the further insights on the true meaning of surrender. So I was hearing from a devotee here yesterday, Rupeshwar Prabhu, that one time His Holiness Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj was walking on the beach, walking on the ocean with some devotees. And as they were walking, they found a fish. A fish had been washed up on the shore. And devotees were trying to push the fish back in the water, but the waves kept washing the fish back on the shore. And the fish was in trouble, very difficult situation. So out of his deep compassion, out of his soft heart, out of his karuna, his mercy, Parapuja, Bhakti Charu Swami, he lifted up that fish with his hand and placed the fish within the water, and the fish began to swim away. Haribol. So this is the compassion of the Vaishnava that enables us to become free of our material entanglements and swim back in joyful waters of Krishna consciousness. So Srila Prabhupada tells a very wonderful story in this regard. And this story is called The Fish Out of Water, the Happy Fish. Has anyone here ever heard this story? Yes, you have heard Happy Fish, Fish Out of Water. Okay, now I like to do this story as a spontaneous drama. Okay, do you like dramas? Yeah. So I'm going to play the fisherman, and I would like a volunteer from the audience to serve as the fish. Can I have a volunteer, please? Yes, please come. He knows the story. Okay. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Okay. Give a big round of applause for the fish. What's your name, Prabhu?
Neeraj.
Neelat Prabhu. Okay, great. So one time, there was a man in America. His name was Dave, and had a fishing rod. And he was fishing in the water, and all of a sudden, he caught a huge fish. Wow, a big fish.
Yes, I am very big. Please leave me in water.
A fish already has his own script. Fishy, I want to make you happy. Let's be friends. Let's go to the shopping mall. Come on, let's give it a try, okay?
No.
Fishy, you don't have any choice. Let's go.
No.
So they go to the shopping mall while stepping on people's cell phones. They reach the shopping mall and they come to the cinema. Fishy, have a seat. Betty. Fish spoke Hindi. Okay, here's some Coca-Cola. And here's some popcorn. Okay. You're watching the movie. Isn't this great, Fishy?
No.
No. Okay, let's try something else. Give me the Coca-Cola. Let's go to the bar.
No, I want.
Come on, no choice. Actually, the Fishy had a choice. I convince you. Come on, the bar will be nice. Please,
No.
for me.
No.
Kripa.
No.
Fishy. Come, Fishy. Please come with me to the bar. Okay?
No.
Fishy, please cooperate or I'll find another fish.
No, I want to go to water.
Okay. Okay, they're in the bar. And they see in the bar, they see a bagpiper. Bagpiper. Here it is. Bagpiper. Drink.
No.
Glug. Okay, put it down. Isn't this great, Fishy?
No.
Okay, let's go. I'll buy you a new car.
No.
I'll buy you a BMW.
No.
See, they're saying yes. Let's go. They come to the BMW dealership. Sit. Okay, start the car, Fishy.
No.
Here's the key. Hey, put your flipper on the gas. Now the fish had only one flipper for the gas and no flipper for the brake. So what happened? Accident. Fishy, are you okay?
No.
You all right? Oh, here comes the ambulance. Fishy, let's get in the ambulance.
No.
Fishy, I don't have any choice. You're going to die here.
No.
Fishy, where should we go?
No.
Where should we go?
Water.
Water. You want to go to the water?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, let's go. Back to the ocean. So they go back to the ocean. Look, Fishy, there's the water. Are you happy?
Yes, very happy.
Okay. And then Dave took the fish and threw the fish in the water. The fish began to swim. Do you know swimming? It's Scholar and the Boatman. Fishy, are you happy now?
Yes, very happy.
So this story is called The Happy Fish. The Shukli Machi. Machli. Shuki Machli. Kushi Machli. Okay. So thank you very much, fish. Kripa betiye. You can swim away. Thank you. So I've written a song called the Shuki Machli. Would you like to learn the song? Okay. Okay. I'm a fish out of water. I'm a fish from the sea. I'm a fish out of water, seeking love eternally. I'm a fish out of water. I'm a fish from the sea. I'm a fish out of water, seeking love eternally. I'm a fish out of water. I am a fish from the sea. I'm a fish out of water, seeking love eternally. I'm a fish out of water. I'm a fish from the sea. I'm a fish out of water, seeking love eternally. Here's a verse in the USA. Dave was fishing on the sea. He catches a big fish who speaks to him surprisingly. Fishy, you can speak. The fish said, yeah. Dave said, let's be friends. The fish said, yes, that will only be fair. Here we go. I'm a fish out of water. I'm a fish from the sea. I'm a fish out of water, seeking love eternally. They go to the shopping mall, seeking a good time. Popcorn, cigarettes, cinema, and the worst kind of wine. Fishy, are you happy? Dave the fishy said, no way! I'm not inspired. Here we go. out of water. I'm a fish from the sea. I'm a fish out of water. Seeking love eternally. I'm a fish out of water. I'm a fish from the sea. I'm a fish out of water. Seeking love eternally. La 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 la. Returning to the shore of the sea, waiting for the moment to be free. Dave took the fish in his hat. He threw him in the water and watched him laugh. The biggest smile came on his face, happy to see the saving grace. Fishy, are you happy now? Fishy began to sing aloud. I'm a fish out of water. I'm a fish from the sea. I'm a fish out of water, seeking love eternally. I'm a fish out of water. I'm a fish from the sea. I'm a fish out of water, seeking love eternally. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. प्रेमानंदे हरे हरे बोल, प्रभु भाई की जय, शुभ Suki Machli ki jai. Aap sab ki jai. Go Premanande. बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Maharaj, for such an ecstatic presentation. So let's thanks Maharaj. Loudly chanting one time Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So now we would like to invite His Holiness Bhakti Prabhupada Swami Maharaj. Hare Bol. So Maharaj, born in Belgium 1960, met with the devotees in 92, and since 92 to 96 Maharaj was active in Namhatta preaching in Ghent and joined Radha De's temple in 1996. He met His Holiness Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj in 1994, and he became his initiated disciple. And on 31st May 2015, he was awarded sannyas initiation, and after that he is traveling and preaching Krishna consciousness, mainly in the European countries. So let's welcome Maharaj by loudly chanting one time Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnanasalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Pastaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namani. Namaste Sarasvata Deve Gauravani Pacharani Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paskachaya Desatarani. I think by now you must have the message, right? We are spirit soul. Spirit soul means Satchitananda. We are eternal, full knowledge and bliss. And we are only at home in such an atmosphere. And this is the atmosphere of the spiritual world. And that's our home. That here in this material world we cannot be happy. Srila Prabhupada stated that one of the conditions to take initiation of a spiritual master is that one must be thoroughly convinced that there is no happiness in this world. That what we take as happiness is sense gratification. So yes, but how, as a fish out of the water, can we again get into the water? And that is surrender. That we heard verse 1866 that has been quoted. But there is another verse of Bhagavad Gita in which Krishna speaks about surrender. That is verse 4:11. Ye yatamam pabachante tamstateva bhajamaham. That's according to one's surrender, Krishna says, I reciprocate. That so surrender is a message of Bhagavad Gita. That so once Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj, spiritual master of Srila Prabhupada, was working in his room, which was a part of a temple complex. And outside his door, devotees were discussing something. And Maharaj came out of his room and asked, what are you discussing? And the devotee said, I'm practicing Krishna consciousness, Guru Maharaj, for so many, many years. But still, I feel I don't make any progress. Nothing is happening. And Bhaktisiddhanta Maharaj said, that's very good. That is a sign that you are making spiritual advancement. Because if we would think, oh, I'm doing good, I've become a devotee already, that's not so good for your spiritual advancement. That's even dangerous. But of course, if we feel that we did not make spiritual advancement, then we should question, why is that? And ask the question, did I surrender sufficiently? So, because if we are not sufficiently surrendered, then Maya will test us. So, we have heard this story of this fish out of the water, that to get back in the water, we need to surrender. But how to surrender? And my Guru Maharaj, Bhakti Charu Maharaj, he told a few stories about that. So yes. So, if we are not sufficiently surrendered, Maya may test us, he says. But even if we are fully surrendered to Krishna, there will be also a test of devotion, he said. But a devotee, if he is sufficiently surrendered, always passes these tests. So when Maya comes, it's factually Krishna testing us. Maya is testing us how serious we have become in our devotion. Of course, when we are in the body concept of life, we want to enjoy the body. But when we start to receive transcendental knowledge, then we come to the intellectual platform. And that's called in the Vedas the Jnana Kanda section. Jnana. And this Jnana Kanda section explains us that how to attain mukti, liberation. But there are different ideas about liberation. Real liberation is described in the Bhagavatam, the second canto, verse 10, chapter 10, verse 10. The real liberation is the permanent situation of the spirit soul. And that permanent situation is in the spiritual world. So, in other words, there are different concepts of this liberation. And Bhakti Charu Maharaj explains two kinds of liberation. The negative one and the positive one. The negative liberation is such as someone is in a prison. So this material world is compared to a prison. And you want to get out of the prison. And to get out of the prison, the prisoner may try to dig a tunnel it takes a while, or get somewhere or other, climb over the wall. That so if one succeeds to escape in that way and gets out of the prison, is he a free person? No. Why not? Please. Searching for him. The police will catch him and bring him back into the prison. And punish more. So that's the negative liberation. It means we can try to escape by doing austerities, controlling our senses and so on, so that we can by force give up the sense gratification and realize, I'm not his body. But even if you are realizing you are not his body, you have not attained real liberation. Real liberation means realizing who we are. Realizing that we are a servant of Krishna, a part and parcel of Krishna. And that our occupational duty is to engage in devotional service. That's what they do in the spiritual world. That without engaging in this activity, you cannot realize your real position, who you are. It's not sufficient to realize we are not the body. Still, you are bound up by the laws of material nature. So, real liberation is of the positive liberation. And my Guru Maharaj explains it in such a nice way that I will read his words, what he says about this positive liberation. The positive liberation is the real way to get out of the prison. So the prisoner makes an appeal to the king and said, I'm sorry, I made a mistake, and I promise I will never make this mistake again. What is this mistake we all made? That enjoying independently from Krishna, that not understanding that we are a servant of Krishna, and therefore we forgot Krishna. That's our disease. That's the difference between the consciousness in this world and the consciousness in the spiritual world. That in the spiritual world, everyone puts Krishna in the center as an object of love and service. But here, we all put ourselves in the center, and that's our object of service. Different consciousness. So it says, I will never make such mistake again. I'm surrendering myself to you, and I will simply serve you, and I will abide by your laws. So he writes this letter to the king, and the king receives this letter and say, okay. He may say release him, but he may also say, don't release him straight away. And he sent a message to the authorities in the prison and say, you observe him. So the prison guards, the prison authority observes him and sees that he's behaving exemplary. That is an example for the other prisoners. So they want to keep him a little for a while in prison, to show all the other prisoners that this is an example of prisoner. You should follow its example. That so the prison authorities start to watch him and treat him in a very special way. And when they see that he's acting properly, then they use him as a role model to demonstrate to the other prisoners. And they say to the other prisoners, you act like him, and you will also get this facility. And then finally the king receives a report, and he says he's acting so nicely that, and then the king, he thinks, yeah, I'm in this palace, but I could need another servant. That, and the king says, yes, release him and send him to my palace. That, and there he got engaged directly in the king's servant, in the king's service as his servant. So Bhakti Charan said, that is real liberation. That is should be our internal mood. Praying to Krishna, I'm sorry. I was envious of you, therefore I'm here. But I want to love you again. I will chant Hare Krishna. That I remember always that someone asked Bhakti Charan, what does it mean, chanting Hare Krishna? And his answer was very simple. He said, chanting Hare Krishna means saying to Krishna, I love you. Putting, if we chant, we put all our love in the chanting, all our affection. That, so yes, that is why the ultimate goal of life is surrender. That, so this Prapachate of, today we have the appearance of Bhaktivinoda Thakur, who wrote Sharanagati. Surrender is the same, that's the same meaning. It's surrender to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, whatever is happening in our lives when we become devotees, it's for our benefit. Krishna knows what is for our benefit. We ourselves may not know that sometimes, Chaitanya Charan Prabhu sometimes speaks about, sometimes we have a lollipop idea of spirituality. That when I become a devotee, everything will be rose and Charanamrita. But that's not the case. Quite. And becoming purified is, is surrender. It's some suffering is going with it. But if we surrender, then we suffer to never suffer again. Why is that? Because we give up our material attachment. We are suffering because we are unattached. Arjuna said in Bhagavad Gita to Krishna, I'm attached to the way it is now. My grandfather and all my family members. That and it took him not so long to give up that idea. He had just to hear Bhagavad Gita. That they were between two battlefields. In a lecture, Prabhupada said, I was amazed at this, they were between the two battlefields, and Krishna spoke Bhagavad Gita in half an hour, he said. That's quick. Half an hour, Prabhupada said. If we try to recite Bhagavad Gita, the Sanskrit, it's 2-3 hours. But he did in half an hour. But they were much more qualified. He said, Arjuna is 1,000 times more qualified than all of us, he said. Interesting. So, if we surrender to Krishna, Krishna will take care of us. Therefore, a devotee in his life, whatever happens, and that was an instruction given by Bhakti Maharaj to me when I was in a very difficult situation. He said, accept everything what happens in your life, so-called good or bad, as Krishna's mercy. Therefore, devotee, when happiness comes, is not jubilant. When distress comes, is not morose. And by that, we become Brahma Bhuta Prashanatma. We become peaceful. Nashoshti Nakankshati. And if you become peaceful, Tatmana Prashantasha Paramatma Samahita, then when you conquer your mind and it becomes peaceful, then you find the super soul in your heart, Krishna in your heart. For the devotees, the super soul takes the form of Krishna. The yogis, they see the full-armed form. So this surrender to the practice of devotional service by following the instructions of the spiritual master, that surrender will purify us, and we will find Krishna in the heart. Guru Maharaj said, if a small person becomes before a great personality, what will happen? If the small person is in proper consciousness, means not envious, he will surrender to that greater person. So when we understand who the Supreme Personality of Godhead is, then naturally we want to surrender. And surrender is the beginning of devotion. That's because, of course, if we try to follow this negative liberation, like the jnanis and the yogis, then yes, then one makes this endeavor to come in contact with the super soul in the heart. But the devotee, because when you come in contact with the super soul in the heart, the yogis, then that's nice. But they stay in this world. Nothing is happening. Unless you understand that this super soul is an expansion of Krishna. And the goal of life is to develop devotion. Then they must come to the platform of the devotion. But the devotee who is surrendered and is peaceful and sees Krishna in the heart, Vidya Vinaya Sampane Brahmana Kavahashtin Sunishev Svapakasha Panidasam Hadakshin. The devotee sees Krishna in everyone's heart, the super soul in everyone's heart. And he develops love for Krishna. And developing love for Krishna means also developing love for all the part and parcels. So the yogic perfection attained by devotional service is a greater mystic achievement than that of the yogis. That all these mystic perfections do not help. We stay in this world. But the devotee develops devotion, which is far beyond it. Therefore, the devotee is the greatest yogi. Yoginam apisarvasam madhyanam tratmanam bhajatam bhajate niyamam. Yoginam apisarvasam madhyanam tratmanam bhajatam. Shadavam bhajate yamam sami yukta tamay madham. The yogi who is united with me in now we are out of the water and are suffering. So this process of surrender is most important. We surrender by following the instructions of the spiritual master. We surrender by chanting Hare Krishna, performing the morning program, having a good sadhana. And what happens when we have that, when we do that? Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Tesham sata yuktanam bhajnam pitapurvakam dadami buddhiyam tam yena mam apyantite. If you serve me with a little love, pitapurvakam, dadami I will give you, buddhi yoga, realization from within the heart, realization of our position as an eternal servant of the Lord. But this pritipurvakam is not easy to attain, because when our heart is still impure, we don't have this love. But Krishna made an arrangement. He said, Tatvine panapatana pari prashna sevya protection tetekam ganas tat production. You are approaching a spiritual master, inquire from him submissively, and render service unto him. And when you do that, Jat-Jat-Vana Punarmam Evanyasya Sipanavayena Bhutani Ashishani Trakshasyat Maturatomai. And then you start to see that everything is connected with Krishna, and it's Krishna's. And you start to become Krishna conscious. Apsatasa papabhyo sarvabhyo papakritama sarvagena plaveniva Krishnam santarisya. Then you are on the boat of transcendental knowledge, and then your karma will be burnt. That means if we follow the instructions of the spiritual master, Krishna will accept that as pritipurvakam, a little love. Serving Krishna, we serve nicely the instruction of the spiritual master. Krishna accepted as love. Like Shrutakirti Prabhu said, yes, a few days ago, I feel, oh Prabhupada, I don't feel love for you. All the devotees are expressing so much love, but I don't have love. That's and Prabhupada asked, you are serving me so nicely. Do you like your service? Shrutakirti Prabhu said, yes, I like my service. Yes, that is love. So that is the arrangement Krishna made. We don't have this love yet. But if we serve the spiritual master nicely, Krishna will accept it as love. And then our heart becomes purified. And we realize that we are not his body. We realize our constitutional position, and we want like the fish, we want again into the water. Good. Any question? This verse explains, but for a devotee, if he starts to hear about Krishna and develop his love for Krishna, Krishna takes the form of Paramatma in the heart, in the form the devotee feels attracted to Krishna. That's called Istadeva. So for a devotee, naturally, Krishna in the heart and in everyone's heart, he sees Krishna in his original form of Goloka Vrindavan, 16-year-old, beautiful, blackish form, because that form is the origin of all other expansions. Is that okay? The yogis, they see the official form, because there is no question of love. That love has still to develop. That they come in contact with the Vishnu form. Yeah. Then they have to recognize what is this Vishnu form. It's an expansion of Krishna, and then they have to go to the next step. Therefore, all these yoga practices, jnana yoga, means realizing I'm not a body, that I'm spirit. But they don't understand or realize, who am I? I'm not this body, but that's half the answer. But then they want to experience being a spirit soul, and they develop this yoga, Astanga yoga. And then they come to the point finding the super soul in the heart. But then that's the next step. So in the first jnanis, they realize the Sat, we are eternal. And the yogis Sat sit. But no ananda, no happiness. That comes only when you serve Krishna in devotional service. And that's the next step. So they are like a ladder, steps to come to Bhakti. That's all. And if you are on a certain step, from this, to go to Vaikuntha, to the spiritual world, you can only enter if you have love. If there's no love, you stay here in the material world. So that's the purpose of life, the goal, prema, love. And then, hopefully, but mostly you can go directly to Bhakti, but only if you meet a pure devotee, a bona fide spiritual master who is a pure devotee. And he can bring you immediately to the Bhakti platform. And there we have also to become purified. We go to these stages, but we have the right goal. And the process is surrender. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur ki. Shri Gaura Premanande. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. His Holiness Bhakti Prabhupada Swami Maharaj ki. Srila Prabhupada Memorial Festival ki. Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur Appearance Day Celebration ki. Koti Gaur Bhakt Vrind ki. Or Premanande. So we are very grateful to His Holiness Bhakti Prabhupada Swami Maharaj for enlightening all of us. We request devotees कि सब पास में आ जाएं क्योंकि और भी बहुत सारे भक्त लोग आने वाले हैं. Now we welcome everyone in evening session. Today we have 3 sessions. Now we are going to have a session by His Grace Amar Leela Prabhu.